Have you ever stood up from your chair and felt your knees shake just a little? That strange wobble that makes you quickly grab onto the table or armrest, almost like your legs are no longer listening to you the way they used to? Or maybe it's when you're climbing stairs. You get halfway up, and suddenly you're breathing heavier than you should be, as if each step is stealing your energy. Or perhaps it's the grocery store trip. Years ago, carrying those heavy bags into the house was no big deal, but now? That same bag feels twice as heavy, and you find yourself wishing someone was there to help. Be honest with yourself. Have you noticed these little changes creeping into your daily life? I'll confess something to you. The first time I noticed it happening to me, I ignored it. I told myself, it's nothing, just a bad day. Maybe I didn't sleep well. Maybe I just need more water. And that's the story we tell ourselves, isn't it? We make excuses. We push it aside. We say, oh, that's just age. Everyone slows down. But here's the truth. Most people don't want to hear this, but it's a fact. After the age of 60, your body starts losing muscle every single year. Not just a little. Scientists call it sarcopenia, and it can steal up to 3% of your muscle mass every year if you don't fight back. And let me tell you, that kind of loss isn't just about looking weaker. It's about losing the very strength that lets you stay independent. Think about it. Muscle is what helps you get out of bed in the morning. It's what keeps you balanced when you walk. It's what allows you to hold your grandchild, to reach for the top shelf, to bend down and pick something up without fear of falling. When muscle fades, independence fades, and that's something none of us want. But here's where I want you to take a deep breath, because it's not all doom and gloom. Muscle loss may be common, but it's not unavoidable. You can fight it, you can reverse it, you can rebuild strength, even after 60, even after 70, even after 80. I've seen it with my own eyes. And sometimes the solutions are simpler than you'd expect. That's why you're here today. Because believe it or not, 3 simple teas, yes, teas you can sip in the comfort of your own kitchen, have been shown to help support muscle rebuilding, improve energy, and keep your body strong enough to walk with confidence again. Now, you might be raising an eyebrow right now. Tea? Really? Can a cup of tea actually help me stay strong? And I get it. It sounds too simple, almost too good to be true. But stay with me, because I'm going to break this down in a way that makes sense. By the end of this video, you'll not only know which teas they are, you'll know why they work, how to use them, and exactly what benefits you can expect if you make them part of your daily routine. And here's the best part. You don't need a complicated diet plan. You don't need to spend money on expensive equipment. These are things you can start today without leaving your home. But let me pause for a second, because I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments below, what's your favorite tea right now? Do you already drink green tea, ginger tea, chamomile? Or maybe you have your own special recipe passed down from family. Write it down. I want to see how many tea lovers we've got here in the Elderly Spring community. And before we go any further, I need to say this. If you haven't subscribed yet, I want you to stop and think for a second. Every single week, I share simple, practical tips that could make the difference between losing your strength and keeping it. If you don't subscribe, you could be missing advice that keeps your legs strong, your balance steady, and your independence safe. Don't wait until it's too late to say, I wish I had subscribed. Hit that button now, so you never miss out. Because here's another confession. I've seen too many people, good people, smart people, wait too long. They thought muscle loss wasn't a big deal until one fall changed everything. Until one hospital visit made them realize how important strength really was. And I don't want that for you. Not when there are easy steps you can take right now to stay ahead. And let me add something important here. If sleep has been a struggle for you, or if you wake up feeling tired instead of refreshed, there's a tool I want you to know about. It's called the Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit, and it's linked in the description. It pairs beautifully with what we're talking about today because restful sleep is when your body does its best repair work. Many in our community have already tried it and say it's been a game changer for their rest and energy. So after this video, take a moment to check it out. You'll be glad you did. Now here's what you can expect as we move forward. We're going to explore 3 teas: green tea, ginger tea, and chamomile tea. For each one, I'll tell you a story you can relate to, explain the science in simple terms, clear up common misconceptions, and give you practical, easy-to-follow tips so you can start benefiting right away. And let me promise you this, you don't want to miss the third one. It's the one most people overlook, but it could be the key to not just stronger muscles, but deeper rest and more energy every single day. So grab a warm drink, get comfortable, and stay with me until the end. Because by the time we finish, you'll see that rebuilding strength after 60 isn't just possible. It can start with something as simple as the next cup of tea you drink. And right after this, I'll reveal the very first tea. It's one you probably already know, but I promise you've never thought of it this way before. Once you understand what it does inside your body, you'll never look at it the same again. Let's begin with the very first tea, green tea. You've heard of it, maybe even sipped it once or twice, but I want you to pause and really think about what this simple drink could mean for your body. I knew a man named Charles, 72 years old, a retired school teacher. For decades, his mornings began the same way: strong black coffee in a chipped mug, nothing else. He believed coffee was his fuel, the only thing that kept him going. But over the years, something changed. His afternoons got shorter. He'd sit down after lunch, planning to grade papers for fun or read, and suddenly, he was too tired to move. His legs felt weaker, his balance less sure. His doctor noticed too: higher blood pressure, lower energy, slower recovery from simple walks. One day, his doctor suggested he try green tea. Charles laughed at first. Tea? That's for other people, not me. But curiosity got the better of him, and he swapped just 1 cup of coffee for green tea. He told me in those early days it didn't taste like much. But slowly, almost quietly, things started to change. 3 months later, Charles wasn't just sipping tea. He was walking longer distances without gasping for air, standing taller, and most importantly, he said, "I feel steady again. My body feels mine again." So, what's the secret inside this humble leaf? Green tea is rich in something called catechins, tiny natural protectors that fight against the silent thieves of aging, free radicals. These little thieves break down your cells, including your muscles, making you weaker without you even realizing it. Catechins protect you, shielding your muscles so they recover better after activity. Add in a touch of caffeine, paired with a special amino acid called L-theanine, and you get focus without the jitter. That balance doesn't just help your brain, it sharpens your coordination, your balance, your physical steadiness. But here's where people get it wrong. Some think green tea will magically burn fat or give them energy overnight. That's not the truth. What green tea really does is slowly build you back up, sip by sip, day by day. Its power is in consistency, not instant miracles. If you're new to it, start simple. 1 cup in the morning, brewed gently. Not scalding hot water, but just below boiling. Let it steep for a few minutes. That's enough. If the bitterness bothers you, don't give up. Add a squeeze of lemon, not just for taste, but because vitamin C helps your body use those catechins more effectively. And if you enjoy a touch of sweetness, a spoonful of honey turns it into something soothing and healing. Now let me ask you something important. Imagine you watch this video today, nodding along, learning something new, but you don't subscribe. Tomorrow turns into next week, and next week into next month, and while you wait, your muscles get weaker, your balance shakier. Then one day, you'll wish you had taken the step to learn and act earlier. Imagine realizing something as simple as a cup of green tea could have helped you stand taller, walk longer, and stay independent. Why risk missing out on knowledge that could change your health, or even save it? Don't wait until it's too late. Subscribe now, and don't let future you carry regrets for what present you refuse to do. Now, let's move to the second tea, one that carries warmth and fire in every sip: ginger tea. This is not just a drink, it's medicine wrapped in flavor. I want to tell you about Eleanor, 68 years old, a grandmother who loved her garden more than anything. She had rows of roses, beds of tulips, even a small patch of herbs she nurtured with care. But one spring, her knees betrayed her, swollen, stiff, unforgiving. She told me with tears in her eyes, "I thought my garden was gone. Every time I bent down, the pain screamed louder than my love for flowers." One afternoon, her daughter visited and made her a simple cup of ginger tea. At first, Eleanor brushed it off. How could a root do what pills and ointments couldn't? But she drank it anyway. Then she drank another the next day, and another. Weeks passed, and Eleanor noticed something. Her mornings were lighter. The swelling wasn't as angry, her walks to the garden gate less painful. And one day, she found herself kneeling in the dirt again, hands deep in the soil, planting the flowers she thought she'd lost forever. That's the gift of ginger. Its compounds, gingerols and shogaols, are powerful anti-inflammatories. Inflammation is like fire in your joints and muscles, a fire that quietly eats away at your strength. Ginger doesn't just soothe that fire, it helps put it out, allowing your muscles to heal, your circulation to improve, and your body to feel freer. But don't misunderstand. Ginger tea isn't a replacement for your doctor's care. It's not a cure-all, it's a companion, a gentle helper that works with your body. So if you think, "I'll throw out my medicine and drink ginger instead," that's not the way. The truth is, ginger tea is a partner, not a replacement. And here's how you can make it work for you. Take a fresh ginger root, slice off a thumb-sized piece, and simmer it in water for 10 minutes. Add honey if you'd like. It doesn't just sweeten the tea, it adds healing antioxidants of its own. Drink it in the afternoon, especially if you've been on your feet or carried tension in your muscles. Let it soothe you from the inside out. Now, I have to be blunt here. If you're still watching this and haven't subscribed, I want you to ask yourself, why? If your health really matters, why hesitate on something so simple? If your independence, your strength, your dignity truly mean something to you, why sit on the fence? And if it doesn't matter, if you've given up on yourself, then be honest about it. Go down to the comments and tell everyone here why you're refusing to take this step. Share why you think your health isn't worth a simple click. Because those who care will see it, and maybe your words will make them realize just how dangerous hesitation can be. Now let's move to the third tea, chamomile. Gentle, golden, and often underestimated. Most people think of chamomile as a calming tea, something you drink when you're stressed. But its power goes much deeper. I remember Margaret, 74 years old, who told me something that broke my heart. "I can't sleep through the night anymore. I wake up every 2 hours. By morning, I feel heavy, weak, and hopeless." For months, she tried pills, white noise machines, even counting sheep, but nothing lasted. Then she turned to chamomile tea. Every night, 30 minutes before bed, she made herself a cup. Not rushing, not scrolling her phone, but quietly sipping, letting her body understand it was time to rest. Within 2 weeks, Margaret told me she was sleeping longer, deeper. And when she woke up, she wasn't dragging herself through the day. Her muscles felt stronger, her energy steadier. Here's why. Chamomile contains apigenin, a compound that binds to receptors in your brain, calming your nervous system and easing you into sleep. But here's what most people miss. Sleep isn't just rest. Sleep is when your muscles rebuild, when your body heals, when strength returns. Without good sleep, no amount of exercise, no amount of tea can truly restore you. Chamomile gives you that chance. And please don't think chamomile will knock you out like a sleeping pill. That's not its way. It's gentle, gradual, and consistent. Its magic lies in routine, night after night, cup after cup, teaching your body that rest is safe again. So here's my tip. Brew your chamomile 30 minutes before bed. Drink it in quiet. Let it become your signal, your nightly ritual. And if you want to go further, pair it with the elderly spring sleep wellness kit. Many in this community have said it transformed their evenings from restless tossing to peaceful sleep. You'll find the link in the description if you're curious. Now, let me leave you with a bonus insight, because tea itself is just one piece of the puzzle. What truly matters is rhythm. Think of it like this: green tea in the morning to wake your body, ginger tea in the afternoon to soothe and heal, chamomile tea at night to rest and recover. That's a cycle, a daily rhythm that nourishes you at every stage. But here's the final truth: tea works best when paired with action. A short walk, a few gentle stretches, deep breathing, these small movements activate the benefits inside each cup. Without movement, you're drinking the promise, but not unlocking it fully. So don't just sip these teas, live with them, move with them, rest with them. Let them become part of your daily song, your way of saying to your body, I choose strength, I choose life. Let me ask you something straight from the heart. How often do you think about strength? Not the kind you had when you were younger, when carrying groceries was nothing, when bending down to tie your shoes was automatic, when climbing stairs was just another part of the day. No, I mean the kind of strength you want to hold on to now. The strength that lets you get out of bed on your own, walk without fear of falling, live without depending on someone else for the little things. Because here's the truth: losing strength doesn't happen overnight. It sneaks up on you. One day you notice your legs feel shaky when you stand up. Another day you realize that bag of groceries feels heavier than it should. And slowly, silently, your body starts to let go of power you didn't even know you were losing. And that's when fear sets in. Fear of falling, fear of being a burden, fear of waking up one morning and realizing you've lost control of your independence. But listen to me carefully. Just because you're aging, it does not mean you're helpless. You are not broken. You are not done. And no matter what anyone says, your body is not finished yet. There is still strength inside you, waiting to be woken up. Think of it like this: inside every older body, there's a younger spirit still alive. Maybe you don't run like you used to. Maybe you don't dance the way you once did. But that spirit, the spark that made you laugh, fight, work, live, it's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. The only question is, are you willing to give it what it needs to shine again? And you'd be surprised how small that spark can be. A cup of tea may look simple, ordinary, nothing special. But what if that cup is the difference between weaker muscles and stronger ones? What if that cup helps your body fight inflammation, repair damage, and rebuild strength little by little? What if that cup is your daily reminder that you are still fighting, still choosing, still alive? Now imagine this. You wake up one morning a year from now. You walk to your kitchen, your steps steady, your breathing calm. You put the kettle on. You steep your tea. You sit by the window, sip slowly, and you smile. Not because the tea itself is magical, but because you know deep down you made a choice. You chose not to give up. You chose not to let aging take everything from you. You chose to keep moving forward. That's the picture I want you to hold in your mind. That's the future you can create. But it begins with something very small, and it begins today. And let me be honest with you for a moment. Too many people wait until it's too late. They wait until the day they can't get up without help. They wait until the walker is by their bedside. They wait until they're sitting in a doctor's office hearing the words, "If only you had started sooner." And the truth is, at that point, regret becomes heavier than the body itself. So let me ask you, do you really want to carry that kind of regret? Do you want to wake up one day wishing you had made different choices when you had the chance? Or do you want to wake up proud, knowing you took action when it mattered most? Because here's what I know. You are capable of more than you think. You may feel tired, you may feel weak, but you are not powerless. Your body is still listening. Every sip of tea, every step you take, every choice you make, it notices, it responds, and it rewards you. I want you to pause and think right now. If you had to choose between regret and strength, which one would you rather live with? Because whether you realize it or not, That choice is in front of you right now. And I'll be blunt with you, if you've been watching this far and you still haven't subscribed, ask yourself honestly, why not? If your health matters, if your independence matters, if your future matters, why hesitate? Why hold back from something so simple when it could make the difference between staying strong or growing weaker? If you're refusing, be honest about why, because if you can't even take this one small step, how will you take the bigger steps your health requires? Think about this. What if one day you lose your strength and look back, wishing you had done something as simple as hitting that subscribe button when you had the chance? What if that small step of joining this community could have given you knowledge that kept you walking longer, standing taller, living freer? Don't let that be the chapter you regret. Don't let regret be part of your story. Instead, let this be your turning point. Tonight, when you make your tea, let it be more than a drink. Let it be a promise to your body, a promise to your future, a promise that you will not surrender without a fight. And remember, you don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to climb the whole mountain today. You just have to take one step, one choice, one tea, one commitment to yourself. That's enough to start. And with every step, you'll find that life begins to feel lighter, your body feels steadier, your spirit feels stronger, and most importantly, you'll remember that you are not done yet, not by a long shot. Now, let's take a deep breath together and look back at everything we've uncovered in this journey. 3 simple teas, 3 everyday remedies that most people overlook, yet they hold the power to change how you move, how you feel, and how you age. Green tea, the quiet energizer, giving your muscles protection, feeding your metabolism, and guarding you from the slow breakdown that sneaks in with age. It's not just about weight or energy, it's about building a foundation your legs can stand on. Then there's ginger tea, the warming healer. This isn't just a spice for cooking, it's medicine for stiff joints, for poor circulation, for those mornings when your body feels heavy before you've even taken a step. Ginger helps you feel lighter, freer, more able to move without wincing. And finally, chamomile, the gentle restorer. Most people dismiss it as a simple bedtime drink, but you and I now know it's much more than that. It invites deep, healing rest, lowers stress, and gives your muscles the quiet hours they need to rebuild. Because without good sleep, strength can never truly return. So, my friend, I'll ask you, out of these 3, which one will you bring into your life first? Will it be green tea to start your day stronger? Ginger tea to loosen the weight in your joints? Or chamomile to let your nights heal your days? Share your answer in the comments, because your choice isn't just for you, it inspires others here who might be hesitating, and don't underestimate that. Your voice could be the reason someone else takes their first step towards strength. But let's pause here, because there's something I can't ignore. You've stayed with me until this very moment. That tells me you care about your health. It tells me you want to stay strong, you want to keep walking with confidence, you want to live with dignity. And yet, if you've made it this far and still haven't subscribed, why? Be honest with yourself. What's holding you back? Because here's the truth. Every week that passes without subscribing is a week you could be missing life-changing knowledge. What happens if you forget this channel exists and you never hear about the simple habit that could have kept you walking strong? What happens if you lose your strength one day and look back wishing you had done something as small as pressing one button? Why risk regret when the answer is right here? This isn't just about following a channel. It's about making a commitment to yourself, to your health, and yes, to this community. Because everyone else here is taking steps toward better health together. Don't be the one left behind. Don't hold back when others are choosing strength. And if you still decide not to subscribe, then I'll ask you to be bold. Write it in the comments. Tell us why you're refusing to take this one step. Because this is a family now, a community of people building each other up. And if you choose to sit out, you owe us an explanation. Don't hide in silence. Share it. Let others see your reasoning. Maybe you'll change a mind, Or maybe your own mind will change as you type the words. But for those of you who know deep down that this is where you belong, don't wait. Hit subscribe right now. Let Elderly Spring be your weekly guide, your gentle reminder, your safe place where age doesn't mean decline, where simple habits keep you moving forward. Think of it as giving your future self a gift of knowledge, of strength, of independence. Because let's face it, every day we're either moving closer to strength or closer to weakness. Subscribing means you're choosing strength. Skipping it means letting weakness win. And I know which side you'd rather stand on. So take that step. Join us. Make this choice for yourself, for your future, for the people who care about you. And remember, you don't have to walk this path alone. Every week I'll be here, and every week this community will be here. Together, we'll keep building the strength that age tries to steal. Thank you, truly, for spending this time with me today. Thank you for choosing to invest in yourself, even just by listening. Don't let this moment pass without action. Stay strong, stay vibrant, and most of all, don't give up on yourself. I'll see you in the next Elderly Spring video. Until then, take care of your body, take care of your spirit, and remember, you are stronger than you think.